All right, guys, we got that back window out. Check it out, check it out. Rear window delete. So, I am doing another video on how to remove that back window and how to install an 08 to 16 power window. So stay tuned for that. It's probably gonna be another good video. I've never done one before. It's the first time I pulled the window. I'm not gonna lie, it's super easy. So, and then the new one just glues right in. So easy peasy. So, one of the next steps, you can see, so I put my little test headliner in there. Man, I got plenty of room to fit a headliner through that back window. So good to know. One of the next things that we're going to talk about is wiring this headliner. So this is the old wiring harness. It plugs into the dash over there. It goes up, and what it does is it powers the lights on the vanity lights on the old visors. But the new setup on the 6.7 headliner, it already has that wiring. So there's no reason for us to keep this harness anymore. It does have the plug for the overhead console, and we're not running that anymore, so I don't need anything off of this harness. So I just detached it from the truck, and we're gonna go ahead and delete this. I'll hold on to it for maybe something else. You could always use visor pigtails. Now the second wiring is gonna be the actual wiring for the dome lights and stuff. So the way how it originally works is this harness feeds through here, it goes up the C-pillar, and then it goes across to the third brake light and the dome light. And then it comes up this way and it powers that dome light. Well, we don't need those dome lights anymore. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is undo a bunch of this tape and basically pull out the wiring so that we can reroute it. Instead of feeding up on the driver's side, we're gonna reroute it this way. We're gonna feed it through this channel and go that way onto the passenger side. So basically relocating our headliner wiring from the driver's side to the passenger side, because that's how it is on the 6.7. That's how I glued it in the headliner. And reason being I need to move it to the passenger side is because that power back window, the motor and everything's on that side and the plugs on that side. So basically all our bells and whistles are going to be on that side because of the new parts. So that's going to it's going to take me a little bit of time to undo this tape and get this wiring going. So and the reason being I need to do that now before I pull that headliner in is because I'm not going to be able to get to that third brake light hole before I put the headliner in. Put the headliner in, I'm not going to be able to feed the wiring up under it. So I want to take care of everything before we slap it in there. So other than that, we've got our brackets for the new stuff in place, and yeah. So let me run this wiring, and then my dad's getting pizza, so I'm gonna eat that, and then we're gonna get this sucker here pretty soon. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, I just wanted to share another tip real quick before I get into this. So if you're feeding, through this harness going to the C-pillar for everything, you have two dome light plugs right here, right? So you got black, light, blue. That's your dome light, and then obviously black in the middle is ground, and then this green yellow is your constant 12 volts. So you need all three of those for your headlight wiring. Now there's two of them. You really only need one, to be honest. So I'll probably delete one completely out of the harness, and then I might even run my own wiring just so I have my own fresh set of wires running where I want them. But basically I want to delete them out of this harness so they're just not chilling and banging around. And now let's talk about the third brake light, because that's really all I'm going to need to run up here and run to that hole. Now the third brake light also has a black, light, blue. It's also a dome light wire, so that when you open a door, the bed gets a little bit of light off the third brake light. So make sure you keep one of the black, light, blues going to the brake light. And obviously this solid green wires for your brakes, brake light, and then black's ground. So just a little tip on your wiring, the more you know. So all right, let me get started. All right, guys, so I forgot one more tip. So the door seals, see I don't have one on here, but I do on the front. So these are important with the headliner because I like to put these in right now, because when you slide the headliner in, there's nothing to hold it up and it just wants to fall, and it's hard to mount it by yourself and do everything by yourself if the headliner is just trying to fall on you. What's cool about these weather seals, so I have the 11 to 16 ones, and the cool part about them, that's for a hood, you don't need that one, is they're double walled. So they're, versus the old ones just look like this, and they're usually always clapped out and whatever. So I like to run the new ones. They seal a lot better and they make the door shut a little nicer. So We'll go ahead and clean these ones up and get them in. And then the reason they're important with the headliner is they do help hold the headliner. So you see this lip right here? So when you slide the headliner in, usually what I do is I pull these down like that and get them out of the way. And once I get the headliner up in here, I put them back in, and they actually help hold the whole headliner up. So as long as you got all 4 doors going, it'll hold the headliner up so it doesn't keep falling on you until you get everything mounted and screwed in and basically get the headliner mounted. So the more you know, that's definitely something you need to do. Just make sure you know your door seals basically hold the headliner up while you mount it. So let's get to work. Okay guys, so now I got the 1,000,000 miles of tape off, and we're basically all the way stripped about right here. So what I'm gonna go through is go through these wires. We're gonna pull out everything we want to run down this channel now, and then route everything else left over that way. So one other thing I'm gonna relocate this way is that speaker. So that speaker used to run, you know, all the way through there, up there, all the way across, all the way down to plug in that speaker. I think it's kind of stupid for me to keep it that way, because I need to run this way anyways to tap into the tweeter going on that door. That's what that orange and brown wire is right there. So, you know, why not already utilize and just knock out 2 birds with 1 stone and just reroute the speaker this way, because I got to come this way anyways to get to that tweeter. So we're just going to relocate the wires that way and up that way. So what I'm going to end up pulling out of here is the 2 speaker wires, the constant 12 volt coming in for the dome lights, and then a dome light wire. So pretty much we're going to be running, you know, shoot, we'll run a ground over there too, because we got plenty of grounds to choose from. So basically we're going to be running, what is that, 5 wires? Yeah, 5 wires. So 2 speaker wires, dome light, constant 12 volt, and a ground. So let me go ahead and get them all untangled and out of here, and we're going to start building the harness to go back to that 3rd brake light and this speaker right here. So that's what this pigtail is sitting right here. I've already got it feeding through the door, so we're going to tap into that for the other back speaker, this guy. So this one's going to T-tap into there for the tweeters. So we're also going to take care of the tweeters right now. So heck yeah. All right guys, so getting our wiring ready. So right here we got 2 speaker wires and the constant 12 volt ready to go. The next one I'm working on is the dome lights. So the dome lights, like, we got 4 wires going to the dome lights right here, and what they do is they feed through that harness, and then they all meet up right here. Now there was a couple extra wires coming off of here, because then they tee off to the dome lights, but I deleted one of them because we definitely don't need it, and I'm not going to undo all that tape. And now this last one I left goes for that 3rd brake light, so we're going to leave that one. Some of these other ones I'll probably be able to delete. And then what else we got? Oh yeah, the ground. The ground does the same thing. So you got this big ground coming in, and then it spider webs and goes to a bunch of other stuff. So honestly, I'll probably just get the ground from somewhere else. So I'll probably just snip and delete these extra ones I don't need, just to clean up this harness. So basically the only thing I want running that way is that speaker and that 3rd brake light. So let me take care of this rat's nest and start making it look pretty. So basically what I want to end up here is we'll make a new ground and then the dome light, and we're ready to party. Heck yeah. All right guys, got that harness pretty much cleaned up, ready to start running back up where it's supposed to go. One thing I did right here, remember there was like 4 wires going here, just a 1. Well, I basically cut them off, and then, you know, heat soldered it and heat shrinked it, you know, just so we can get rid of some clutter. And then you got it all running down here. Now those 4 wires, I tapped them back into the same wire right here. So instead of, you know, an extra 4 wires running all the way up that way, just a back feed, you know, let's save the trip and hook it up right here. So we're down to 1 wire, and then we got our grounds, and we got our 2 speaker wires that we're gonna run back that way too. And I've got the tweeter soldered in there too. So basically we can finish up this side of the wiring on the truck. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start, you know, doing the boring stuff. I'm gonna start taping it up and mounting it up. And what I did was I saved all the little clippies off the old harness so I can reuse them and re-clip it back in how it was when we found it. So other than that, yeah, pretty simple. So now we got our wires running here. There's just these 3 again. Now what I found out was this dome light wires, if you look, some of these wires already run across this tunnel. So why backfeed it when we could just go over there and see? That's why I got that wire there. We're just gonna tap into it back over there and run from there. So our dome light's already running across. No reason to run, you know, a wire this way and then back that way. You know, this is pointless. So we're gonna tap into the dome over there. So that's our 4 wires. And then we're gonna come up with our new ground. So boom, there's our 5 wires. So I try to run, you know, there's no point to run 5 wires there if we don't have to. So other than that, let me get the taping and let me get this side all wrapped up and I'll show you what it looks like. All right guys, check it out. So we got our wire right here ready to go across the cab. Finished basically the whole back driver now. So got the harness cleaned up there, going through the door, going through the door seal, going up, got the speaker installed. That's our ground wire, going all the way up through our little pillar kit, all the way over there for the 3rd brake light. So boom, there we go. So the next step is, I mean, we can actually put the headliner in now. So we can run this wiring later after we put the headliner in, because the plug hangs down so low that we can actually wire in the headliner after the headliner is already installed. So let's do that. Let's get our next step. So let's go over to the garage and we'll get that headliner. All right, check it out. It's ready. Hell yeah. So videos just like this. And we got it all in. Heck yeah. So we got that visor in. We can do this one. Got a little clippy thing mounts right up. Our plug for the headliner is already ready to go. And then we can do our overhead console. So this thing just clips in. You ain't gotta do nothing except plug it in. I'm probably gonna need 2 hands for that, so. Plug it in. No, I missed one. This is gonna take 2 hands. Check it out, we got it in. So now we'll put this one in. It screws right in. That'll screw right in, so heck yeah. Looking good. Got her all in. It's good to go. So the only thing I'll probably do is see if I can find some black screws instead of them silver ones. But heck yeah, all good to go. Next step is the coat hooks in the back. So there's already little holes there that you can't really use, so I'm gonna drill it out to a 3/8 inch and use a toggle bolt and slap them suckers in there. You see our harness is right there, so we plug in there. Okay. Right, so we got our coat hooks. I got a little toggle bolt on there, so 1/8 inch one. That's my little go-to because there's a slot in there, so I can't really screw to anything. I only got another screw to, unless I want to cut a perfect square and get a retaining little nut thingy. We're not gonna do that. And the hole's too big for me to put a nut cert, so kind of annoying. And yeah, so basically I'm gonna use a 3/8 inch drill bit, and we could use our toggle bolt. If you don't know how to use a toggle bolt, you probably shouldn't be doing this. All right, boom, 2 toggle bolts real quick. And they're there. So heck yeah, everything in here looking pretty sweet. So heck yeah. Just gonna clean it up a little bit and finish running this wiring so we can power it up. We have some dome lights. All right guys, so we're back in the garage. So this is the Pigtail I got off a truck from the junkyard. And this is what we're gonna be using for the headliner. So I'm not gonna use my own plug unless I do have to find extra pins to use for the power window, because this came out of a work truck. So if I can't find those pins, we'll go ahead and snip off the factory plugs and we'll go run my own connectors. Not a big deal, but if I can find the pins to use this one, I think it'd be pretty cool. So other than that, I'm gonna start building the big Pigtail. First thing I need to do though is find those extra pins for those empty slots up there. So if I can't find them, we're just gonna make a normal Pigtail. All right guys, so I was able to actually find some. I was hoping, this is a connector off of the heated and cooled seats I do, and I pretty much snip them off and delete them off the seats, and they're trash. But those big old pins right there are the same ones in the headliner, so I'm pretty stoked. So I slid one out of that connector, and Check it out. Boom, baby. Heck yeah. Ready to party. So heck yeah. So boom. What I'll do though is I'll snip off the old junk little short wires, and I'll solder on the wire that I want, make it super long. So then we'll have a beautiful pigtail. So heck yeah. So alright, let me build this pigtail and show you what I come up with. Okay guys, so back at the truck, I set the pigtail up. So you got black for your ground, the black light blue is for your dome, and then this green one, as closest wire I got to match, is your constant 12 volts. So using this factory plug, we get to plug into the new headliner harness, and hopefully we get some lights. What? Heck yeah. So I do just have it running off my Milwaukee because the truck ain't got no juice or anything, and I just want to make sure the headliner's good so we can wrap this video. Oh, look at our Vanity Lights. Heck yeah. So let's mess around with this real quick. We'll turn these off. So boom, we got our Vanity Lights working. What? Dome lights up front. So the reason I like, oh shit, almost fell. The reason I like putting LED bulbs in here, because look how bright it is. The stock incandescent bulbs suck. I mean, you could work in here. You know, it's not too bright. The back's pretty good, so. Heck yeah, so let's unplug the domes. Let's see, are these on? Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, did I push it? No, I didn't. Heck yeah. Look at that. Sweet. I'm excited. Heck yeah. Oh, I ain't even gotta show you the dome, but hell yeah. So, let me hop out the truck. But yeah, look at that. That's just all dome lights, baby. Man, that is nice. Nice. So, yeah. But other than that, I think that about wraps it up for the headliner. I think I'm gonna do every detail. I don't know, you know. I mean, you definitely could do things a little different. You know, some stuff you could definitely cut some corners. You could definitely do stuff a little different, but I think this is the best way to put this headliner in. I mean, it's solid, it's in there. So dome lights look really good. I'm excited. Visors look awesome. So heck yeah, guys. So I'm not gonna show you the rest of the boring wiring coming down this way, because I do need to run more wires for the speakers, and I'm gonna save all the power window stuff for the power window video. So other than that, man, this video is probably 2 or 3 parts, so I'll catch y'all later. I mean, if you made it this far, you're already at the end of part whatever I'm at, so I'll catch y'all later. Time calling night, it's getting chilly.